Seattle Airport, Addis Information Yankee, time 1614 Zulu, wind variable at 3, visibility 10, temperature 15, dew point 11, altimeter 2996. Remarks, no pattern work, use of departure and arrival procedures recommended. Landing runways 16 center and 16 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 16 left, advise on initial contact, you have information Yankee. Seattle Airport, Addis Information Yankee, time 1614 Zulu, wind variable at 3, visibility 10, temperature 15, dew point 11, altimeter 2996. Remarks, no pattern work, use of departure and arrival procedures recommended. Landing runways 16 center and 16 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 16 left, advise on initial contact, you have information Yankee. Seattle Airport, Addis Information Yankee, time 1614 Zulu, wind variable at 3, visibility 10, temperature 15, dew point 11, altimeter 2996. Remarks, no pattern work, use of departure and arrival procedures recommended. Landing runways 16 center and 16 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 16 left, advise on initial contact, you have information Yankee. Air India 001 Charlie Romeo, taxi to Terminal B Gate B14 via. Taxiing to Terminal B Gate B14 via Air India 001 Charlie Romeo. Bravo Mike Alpha November, make 180. Making 180, Bravo Mike Alpha November. Seattle ground, Jet Airways 69, ready for pushback with information Yankee. Delta 505, taxi to Terminal C Gate B9 via. Taxiing to Terminal C Gate B9 via, Delta 505. Qantas 4 Alpha Delta Super, you're on an active airport, please contact Seattle ground on 121.7. Seattle ground, United 562 Alpha Victor Heavy, ready for pushback with information Yankee. Lufthansa 199 Super, pushback approved, tail to the south. Lufthansa 199 Super, disregard last message. Lufthansa 199 Super, hold position. Asiana 272 Heavy, you're on an active airport, please contact Seattle ground on 121.7. Seattle ground, United 312 flight of 2, request taxi to parking. Holding position, Lufthansa 199 Super. Seattle ground, Delta 184, ready to taxi with information Yankee. Seattle ground, Asiana 272 Heavy, request taxi to gate S4 at the South Terminal. Seattle ground, Qantas 4 Alpha Delta Super, request taxi to gate S9 at the South Terminal. Qantas 4 Alpha Delta Super, taxi to South Terminal gate S9 via. United 562 Alpha Victor Heavy, pushback. Standby, Alaska 738. Horizon 47, hold position. Seattle ground, Speedbird 79 Super, ready to taxi with information Yankee. Holding position, Bravo Mike Alpha November. Seattle ground, Qatari 404, request taxi to gate S9 at the South Terminal. Holding position, Horizon 47. Qantas 4 Alpha Delta Super, please expedite. Speedbird 79 Super, hold position. Holding position, Speedbird 79 Super. Seattle ground, Asiana 272 Heavy, request taxi to gate S3 at the South Terminal. Delta 184, runway 16 left, taxi via Whiskey, Bravo, Charlie, contact tower when ready.
Seattle ground, Tango Charlie Sierra Hotel November, ready for pushback.
Taxiing to runway 16 left via Whiskey, Bravo, Charlie, Delta 184. Bravo Mike Alpha November, continued taxi. Continued taxi, Bravo Mike Alpha November. Seattle ground, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9er. Taxiing to South Terminal Gate S3 via Asiana 272 Heavy. United 312 flight of 2, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Holding position, Lufthansa 199 Super. Seattle ground, Emirates 056, ready to taxi with information Yankee. Seattle ground, Lufthansa 199 Super, ready for pushback with information Yankee. Pushback approved, Cargolux 612 Heavy. Emirates 056, runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo, Charlie, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 16 left via Bravo, Charlie, Emirates 056. Lufthansa 199 Super, hold position. Seattle ground, 9 Victor Alpha Tango Kilo Heavy, ready for pushback with information Yankee. United 562 Alpha Victor Heavy, runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo, Charlie, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 16 left via Bravo, Charlie, United 562 Alpha Victor Heavy. Air India 777 Super, pushback approved, tail to the south. Pushback approved, tail to the south, Air India 777 Super. Speedbird 79 Super, runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo, Charlie, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 16 left via Bravo, Charlie, Speedbird 79 Super. Air France 338 Heavy, you're on an active airport, please contact Seattle ground on 121.7. Air France 338 Heavy, say intentions. WestJet 1550, taxi to South Terminal Gate S3A via Seattle ground, United 165 Super, ready for pushback with information Yankee, requesting runway 16 left. WestJet 1550, give way to aircraft on your left.
Alaska 965, request frequency change.
Seattle ground, Cargolux 612 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Yankee. Give way to aircraft, WestJet 1550. Air France 338 Heavy, turn left next taxiway. Left on the next taxiway, Air France 338 Heavy. United 165 Super, pushback approved, tail to the north. Pushback approved, tail to the north, United 165 Super. Alaska 27, continued taxi. Seattle ground, WestJet 1550, request taxi to gate S1B at the South Terminal. Continued taxi, Alaska 27. Cargolux 612 Heavy, taxi to runway 16 left, contact tower when ready. Left on the next taxiway, Cargolux 612 Heavy. American 870 Echo, you're on an active airport, please contact Seattle ground on 121.7. Air France 338 Heavy, say intentions. Air France 338 Heavy, turn right next taxiway. Seattle ground, American 870 Echo, request taxi to gate N10 at the Terminal North. Seattle ground, Alaska 738, ready to taxi with information Yankee. Seattle ground, Horizon 47, ready for pushback with information Yankee, requesting runway 16 right. Seattle ground, Air France 338 Heavy, request taxi to gate A12 at the Terminal A. American 870 Echo, taxi to Terminal North Gate N10 via Mike, Bravo, Whiskey. Taxiing to Terminal North Gate N10 via Mike, Bravo, Whiskey, American 870 Echo. Air France 338 Heavy, taxi to Terminal A Gate A12 via Bravo. Seattle ground, Alaska 738, ready to taxi with information Yankee. Continued taxi, WestJet 1550. Mike Alpha Alpha November uniform, pushback approved, tail to the east. Pushback approved, tail to the east, Mike Alpha Alpha November uniform. Seattle ground, Pushback approved, tail to the east.
Korean Air 41 Alpha, request permission to cross runway 16 center.
Seattle ground, United 1. Alaska 738, pushback approved, tail to the west. Pushback approved, tail to the west, Alaska 738. Korean Air 41 Alpha, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9er.
Seattle ground, Tango Charlie Sierra Hotel November, ready for pushback.
Contacting Seattle Tower on 119.9er, Korean Air 41 Alpha.
Seattle ground, Delta 219 Heavy, ready to taxi with information X-ray. Lufthansa 199 Super, pushback approved, tail to the south. Pushback approved, tail to the south, Lufthansa 199 Super. Seattle ground, Delta 219 Heavy, request taxi to parking. Seattle ground, Air India 777 Seattle ground, ready for pushback, requesting runway 16 right. Seattle traffic, Alaska 738, taxiing to runway 16 left. Seattle traffic, United 165 Super, taxiing to runway 16 left. Seattle ground, Alaska 738, ready to taxi with information Yankee. Seattle ground, Air India 777 Super, ready to taxi to runway 16 left with information Yankee. Seattle ground, Mike Alpha Alpha November uniform, ready to taxi. Seattle ground, United 165 Super, ready to taxi to runway 16 left with information Yankee. Pushback approved, tail to the south. Pushback approved, tail to the south. 9 Victor Alpha Tango Kilo Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the east. Seattle ground, Air France 368 Alpha Foxtrot Super, ready for pushback with information Yankee.
Seattle ground, Tango Charlie Sierra Hotel November, ready to taxi.
Seattle ground, Delta 219 Heavy, request taxi to parking. Pushback approved, tail to the east, 9 Victor Alpha Tango, Emirates 056, continued taxi. United 836, Seattle ground, Alaska 738, ready to taxi with information Yankee.
Seattle ground, World Express 2191 Heavy, request taxi to stand 1B at the cargo ramp 3.
Holding position, Cargo Lux 612 Heavy. Left on the next taxiway, Air India 777 Super. Delta 219 Heavy, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9er. Delta 2874, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9er. Contacting Seattle Tower on 119.9er, Delta 219 Heavy. Continue taxi, Delta 184. Seattle ground, Lufthansa 199 Super, ready to taxi with information Yankee.
Contacting Seattle Tower on 119.9er, Delta 2874.
World Express 2191 Heavy, turn left next taxiway.
Left on the next taxiway, World Express 2191 Heavy.
Air India 777 Super, disregard last message. Air India 777 Super, continue straight ahead. Speedbird 79 Super, continue taxi. Continue taxi, Speedbird 79 Super. Seattle ground, United 123, request taxi to parking. Taxiing to runway 16 left via Alpha, Charlie, Seattle ground.
Alaska 965, request frequency change.
Air India 777 Super, continued taxi. Continued taxi, Air India 777 Super. Delta 184, continued taxi. Seattle ground, Bravo Mike Alpha November, ready for pushback. Cyclone 01, continued taxi. Cyclone 01, turn right next taxi.
Alaska 965, request frequency change.
Seattle ground, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9er. Lufthansa 199 Super, runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo, Charlie, contact Alaska 738, runway 16 left, taxi via Whiskey, Bravo. Taxiing to runway 16 left via Whiskey, Bravo, Charlie, Alaska 738. United 165 Super, runway 16 left, taxi via Whiskey, Bravo, Charlie, contact tower when ready. Air France 338 Heavy, taxi to terminal at gate A12 via. Taxiing to runway 16 left via Bravo, Charlie. 9 Victor Alpha Tango Kilo Heavy, runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo, Charlie, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 16 left via Whiskey, Bravo, Charlie, United 165 Super.
Seattle ground, Delta 407, ready for pushback with information Yankee, requesting runway 16 left.
Taxiing to terminal at gate A12 via Air France 338 Heavy. Speedbird 79 Super, continued taxi. Speedbird 79 Super, please expedite. Continued taxi, Turkish 452 Lima Hotel Heavy. Alaska 965, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9er.
Contacting Seattle Tower on 119.9er, Alaska 965.
Seattle ground, JetBlue 926, request taxi to gate B15 at the Terminal C. Air India 777 Super, continued taxi. Cargo Lux 612 Heavy, follow aircraft ahead. Emirates 056, please expedite. Continued taxi, Delta 184. Continued taxi, Cargo Lux 612 Heavy. World Express 2191 Heavy, taxi to Cargo Ramp 3 Stand 1B via Alpha. Cyclone 01, taxi to Cargo Ramp 5 Stand 4 via Bravo. Mike Alpha Alpha November Uniform, hold position. Korean Air 41 Alpha, stay in tension. Holding position, Mike Alpha Alpha November Uniform. I'm sorry, Mike Alpha Alpha November Uniform.
Seattle ground, Korean Air 41 Alpha, request taxi to parking.
Seattle ground, Cafe 182 Heavy, request taxi to gate S1 at the South Terminal. Speedbird 1219 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the east. Pushback approved, tail to the east, Speedbird 1219 Heavy. Seattle ground, Korean Air 41 Alpha, request taxi to gate S11 at the South Terminal. Korean Air 41 Alpha, taxi to South Terminal gate S11 via Bravo.
Taxiing to South Terminal gate S11 via Bravo, Korean Air 41 Alpha.
Korean Air 41 Alpha, please expedite. Seattle ground, Sadia 444, ready for pushback, requesting runway 16 left. Seattle ground, Bravo Mike Alpha November, ready to taxi. Seattle ground, JetBlue 926, request taxi to gate B9A at the Terminal C. Seattle ground, Mike Alpha Alpha November Uniform, ready to taxi to runway 16 left. Contacting Seattle Tower on 119.9er, JetBlue 926. Contacting Seattle Tower on 119.9er, Cafe 182 Heavy. Taxiing to runway 16 left via Whiskey, Bravo, Charlie, Bravo Mike Alpha November. Korean Air 41 Alpha, please expedite. Mike Alpha Alpha November Uniform, hold position. Mike Alpha Alpha November Uniform, please follow instructions or you will be reported. Mike Alpha Alpha November Uniform, turn right next taxiway. Right on the next taxiway, Mike Alpha Alpha November Uniform. Mike Alpha Alpha November uniform, follow aircraft ahead. Seattle ground, Speedbird 1219 heavy, ready to taxi. Wilco, Mike Alpha Alpha November uniform. Seattle ground, Korean Air 41 Alpha, request taxi to gate S11 at the South Terminal. Mike Alpha Alpha November uniform, please check the user guide from the home screen for help using ATC instructions. Speedbird 1219 heavy, runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo, Charlie, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 16 left via Bravo, Charlie, Speedbird 1219 heavy. Seattle ground, Alaska 1984, request taxi to parking. Korean Air 41 Alpha, taxi to South Terminal Gate S11 via Bravo. Korean Air 41 Alpha, continued taxi.
Continue taxi, Korean Air 41 Alpha.
Delta 219 heavy, you're on an active airport, please contact Seattle ground on 121.7.
Seattle ground, Delta 407, ready for pushback with information Yankee.
Korean Air 41 Alpha, hold position.
Holding position, Korean Air 41 Alpha.
Delta 219 heavy, you're on an active airport, please contact Seattle ground on 121.7. Mike Alpha Alpha November uniform, continue taxi. Seattle ground, Delta 219 heavy, request taxi to parking. Continue taxi, Mike Alpha Alpha November uniform. Delta 219 heavy, please check the user guide from the home screen for help using ATC instructions. Delta 219 heavy, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Taxi to parking, Delta 219 heavy. United 165 Super, maintain safe distance with aircraft ahead please. Speedbird 1219 heavy, continue taxi. Alaska 199, request permission to cross runway 16 center. Seattle ground, Air France 47, ready for pushback, requesting runway 16 right. FedEx 0709 heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north. Alaska 199, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9er. JetBlue 926, taxi to Terminal C Gate B9A via Quebec, Bravo. Seattle ground, Delta 744 Victor Alpha, request taxi to Gate S1 at the South Terminal. Seattle ground, Sadia 444, ready for pushback with information Yankee, requesting runway 16 left. Taxiing to Terminal C Gate B9A via Quebec, Bravo, JetBlue 926.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, FedEx 0709 heavy.
Delta 744 Victor Alpha, turn left next taxiway. Left on the next taxiway, Delta 744 Victor Alpha. Sadia 444, pushback approved, tail to the north. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Sadia 444. Delta 876, taxi to Terminal B Gate B1 via. Taxiing to Terminal B Gate B1 via, Delta 876.
Seattle ground, FedEx 0709 heavy, ready to taxi with information Yankee.
Seattle ground, Frontier Flight 2407, request taxi to parking. French B2662, you're on an active airport, please contact Seattle ground on 121.7. Pushback approved, tail to the east, Air France 368 Alpha Foxtrot Super. Frontier Flight 2407, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9er. Contacting Seattle Tower on 119.9er, Frontier Flight 2407. Seattle ground, Delta 744 Victor Alpha, request taxi to Gate S7A at the South Terminal. Air France 47, please wait for clearance before taxiing. Air France 368 Alpha Foxtrot Super, hold position. Air France 368 Alpha Foxtrot Super, continue taxi.
Thank you, Delta 407.
Cathay 182 Heavy, you're on an active airport, please contact Seattle ground on 121.7. Continue taxi, Air France 368 Alpha Foxtrot Super. Seattle ground, Southwest 442, request taxi to parking. Seattle ground, Sadia 444, ready to taxi to runway 16 left with information Yankee. French V2662, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Delta 744 Victor Alpha, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Taxi to parking, Delta 744 Victor Alpha. Alaska A3, cross runway 16 left, please expedite.
Crossing runway 16 left, Alaska A3.
Cebu 72 Heavy, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. Crossing runway 16 left, Cebu 72 Heavy. Alaska 738, you're on an active airport, please contact Seattle ground on 121.7. Qantas 1878 Heavy, exit runway when able and contact I'm sorry, Alaska 738. Alaska 738, please check the user guide from the home screen for help using ATC instructions. Alaska 738, maintain safe distance with aircraft ahead please. Seattle ground, Marine 11, ready to taxi to runway 34 left. French V2662, hold position. United 1996, turn right next taxiway.
Hold in position, French V2662.
Right on the next taxiway, United 1996. United 1996, turn left next taxiway. United 1996, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Taxi to parking, United 1996. French V2662, continued taxi. Qantas 1878 Heavy, you're on an active airport, please contact Seattle ground on 121.7.
Continue taxi, French V2662.
Delta 2874, taxi to Terminal C Gate B11 via Papa, Bravo. French V2662, hold position.
Taxiing to Terminal C Gate B11 via Papa, Bravo, Delta 2874. Seattle ground, John Air 146, ready to taxi with information Yankee. Give way to aircraft, French V2662.
Delta 744 Victor Alpha, give way to aircraft ahead. Give way to aircraft, Delta 744 Victor Alpha. John Air 146, runway 16 left, taxi via Whiskey, Bravo, Charlie, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 16 left via Whiskey, Bravo, Charlie, John Air 146. Continue taxi, French V2662.
Air India 777 Super, taxi to cargo ramp 4 stand 7 via. Sadia 444, runway 16 left, taxi via Alpha, Charlie, contact tower when ready. United 834, request frequency change. Qantas 1878 Heavy, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Seattle ground, Singapore 917 Super, ready for pushback with information Yankee.
Continuing ahead, Qantas 1878 Heavy. Singapore 917 Super, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Singapore 917 Super.
Emirates 056, request frequency change. Singapore 27 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north. Singapore 27 Heavy, correction, stand by. Singapore 27 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the south. Pushback approved, tail to the south, Singapore 27 Heavy. Delta 1015, say intentions. Seattle ground, Delta 1015, request taxi to gate S7A at the south terminal. Emirates 056, you were already instructed to change frequency.
Seattle ground, Delta 407, ready to taxi.
Alaska 738, request frequency change. Seattle ground, Air Canada 298, ready for pushback with information Yankee. Delta 1015, taxi to south terminal gate S7A via. Delta 407, runway 16 left. Seattle ground, Human 3 Echo Zulu Heavy, request taxi to gate S11 at the south terminal. Taxiing to south terminal gate S7A via, Delta 1015. Seattle ground, Singapore 27 Heavy, ready to taxi to runway 16 left with information Yankee. Seattle Ground, Qantas 1878 Heavy, request taxi to gate. Seattle Tower, Alaska 738, ready for departure in sequence at runway 16 left, departing east. Cebu 72 Heavy, contact Seattle Center on 127.0. Frontier Flight 2407, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. Crossing runway 16 left, Frontier Flight 2407. Contacting Seattle Center on 127.0, Cebu 72 Heavy. Seattle Tower, United 950, inbound on the ILS runway 16 right. SkyWest. Standby, Alaska 738. Frontier Flight 2407, contact Seattle Ground on 121.7. November 1775, contact Seattle Ground on 121.7.
Contacting Seattle Ground on 121.7, November 1775.
Alaska 126, wind 340 at 3, runway 16 center, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 16 center, Alaska 126. Alaska 199, hold short of runway 16 left. Holding short runway 16 left, Alaska 199. Alaska 210, wind 340 at 3, number 1, runway 16 left, cleared to land. Number 1, cleared to land, runway 16 left, Alaska 210. Seattle Tower, Marine 11, ready for departure at runway 34 left, departing straight out. India Delta Romeo Alpha Yankee, line up and wait runway 16 center. Line up and wait runway 16 center, India Delta Romeo Alpha Yankee. Allegiant 29 November Victor, exit runway when able and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. Wilco, Allegiant 29 November Victor. Alaska 126, contact Seattle Center on 127.0. Seattle Tower, United 950, inbound on the ILS runway 16 right. Southwest 442, request permission to cross runway 16 left. Contacting Seattle Center on 127.0, Alaska 126. United 950, wind 340 at 3, number 1, runway 16 right, cleared to land. Seattle Tower, Saudia 444, ready for departure at runway 16 left, departing north. Crossing runway 16 left, Alaska 199. American 101, disregard last message. Seattle Tower, American 101, inbound on the ILS runway 16 right. Seattle Tower, United 834, ready for departure at runway 16 left, remaining in the pattern. Alaska 27, line up and wait runway 16 center. Line up and wait runway 16 center, Alaska 27. Southwest 442, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. Crossing runway 16 left, Southwest 442. United 834, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. Crossing runway 16 left, United 834. Wilco, United 950. Seattle Tower, Delta 1702, inbound on the ILS runway 16 left. American 101, wind 340 at 3, number 1, runway 16 left, cleared to land. Standby, Saudia 444. Holding position, United 834. Alaska 27, wind 340 at 3, runway 16 center, cleared for takeoff. India Delta Romeo Alpha Yankee, contact Seattle Center on 127.0. Cleared for takeoff, runway 16 center, Alaska 27. Thank you, good day, India Delta Romeo Alpha Yankee. Allegiant 29 November Victor, request permission to cross runway 16 center. United 834, continued taxi. Seattle Tower, Delta 1702, inbound on the ILS runway 16 left. Continued taxi, United 834. Emirates 056, Cross runway 16 left, please expedite. Crossing runway 16 left, Emirates 056. American 101, exit runway when able and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. Wilco, American 101. Alaska 27, contact Seattle Center on 127.0. Alaska 45, is on final runway 16 right, full stop. Contacting Seattle Center on 127.0, Alaska 27. Contacting Seattle ground on 121.7, American 101. United 834, 1340 at 3, runway 16 center, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 16 center, United 834. Delta 1702, wind 340 at 3, number 1, runway 16 left, cleared to land. Alaska 45, roger. Going around, Delta 1702. Delta 1702, roger, fly runway heading runway 16 left. Roger, Delta 1702. Sadia 444, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. Allegiant 29 November Victor, request permission to cross runway 16 right. Allegiant 29 November Victor, correction, stand by. Allegiant 29 November Victor, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. Emirates 056, line up and wait runway 16 center. Line up and wait runway 16 center, Emirates 056. Seattle Tower, Skywest 3953 is 11 nautical miles to the north at 3. Seattle Tower, Delta, Alaska 45. United 950, request permission to cross runway 16 center. Seattle Tower, United 562 Alpha Victor Heavy, inbound on the ILS runway 16 left. Holding position, United 165 Super.
Delta 407, give way to aircraft on your left. Give way to aircraft, Delta 407.
Seattle ground, German cargo 475, ready to taxi with information Yankee. Seattle ground, Southwest 277 Whiskey November, ready for pushback. Seattle ground, Allegiant 29 November Victor, request taxi to gate B8 at the Terminal B. Thank you, good day, Southwest 442. Seattle ground, Delta 420 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Alpha, requesting runway 16 left. Seattle ground, China Southern 522 Heavy, ready to taxi to runway 16 left with information Yankee.
Delta 420 Heavy, hold position.
Seattle ground, Delta 81 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
China Southern 522 Heavy, taxi to runway 16 left, contact tower when ready.
Seattle ground, Circus 28 Romeo Charlie, ready to taxi with information Yankee.
Allegiant 29 November Victor, taxi to Terminal B gate B80 Whiskey.
Taxi to runway 16 left, China Southern 522 Heavy.
Circus 28 Romeo Charlie, taxi to runway 16 center, hold short of 34 right 16 left.
Taxiing to Terminal B gate B80 Whiskey, Allegiant 29 November Victor.
Seattle ground, Everlock 122, ready for pushback with information Alpha. United 165 Super, please check the user guide from the home screen for help using ETC instructions. Eagle Flight 989, give way to aircraft on your right.
United 165 Super, correction, stand by. Seattle ground, German cargo 475, ready to taxi to runway 16 center with information Yankee. Give way to aircraft, Eagle Flight 989. Seattle ground, FedEx 21 Victor Golf Heavy, request taxi to parking.
German cargo 475, taxi to runway 16 center, hold short of 34 right 16 left.
Taxiing to runway 16 center, will hold short of 34 right 16 left, German cargo 475. Seattle ground, Air Canada 298, ready to taxi with information Yankee.
FedEx 21 Victor Golf Heavy, hold position.
Holding position, FedEx 21 Victor Golf Heavy.
FedEx 21 Victor Golf Heavy, expects aggressive taxi instructions. FedEx 21 Victor Golf Heavy, turn left next taxiway. Seattle Ground, Air India 1 Heavy, ready for pushback. FedEx 21 Victor Golf Heavy, disregard last message. FedEx 21 Victor Golf Heavy, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9er.
Contacting Seattle Tower on 119.9er, FedEx 21 Victor Golf Heavy.
Air India 1 Heavy, pushback approved.
Seattle Ground, Delta 81 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Alpha. Seattle Ground, FedEx 005 Heavy, request taxi to stand 4E at the cargo ramp 7. Pushback approved, Delta 81 Heavy. Seattle Ground, Jet Airways 69, ready for pushback.
Seattle Ground, Everlock 122, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Seattle Ground, Southwest 277 Whiskey November, ready to taxi.
FedEx 005 Heavy, taxi to cargo ramp 7 stand 4E via Whiskey, Bravo. Everlock 122, pushback approved. Southwest 277 Whiskey November, taxi to runway 16 center, hold short of 34 right 16 left. Delta 407, give way to aircraft ahead. United 950, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, United 950.
German Cargo 475, please follow instructions or you will be reported. Alaska 738, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9er.
Contacting Seattle Tower on 119.9er, Alaska 738.
Thai 501 Heavy, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9er.
Contacting Seattle Tower on 119.9er, United 165 Super. Cleared for takeoff, runway 16 center, Delta 184. German Cargo 475, Wine 340 at 3, runway 16 left, cleared for immediate takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 16 left, German Cargo 475. Airshare 99 Romeo, exit runway when able and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. FedEx 21 Victor Golf Heavy, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. Wilco, Airshare 99 Romeo. Crossing runway 16 left, FedEx 21 Victor Golf Heavy. Wine 340 at 3, number 1, runway 16 left, cleared to land. Seattle Tower, Alaska 738, ready for departure in sequence at runway 16 left, departing east. Go around, fly runway heading runway 16 left.
Going around, fly runway heading runway 16 left.
Speedbird 79 Super, Wine 340 at 3, runway 16 center, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 16 center, Speedbird 79 Super. Cargo Lux 612 Heavy, line up and wait runway 16 center. Line up and wait runway 16 center, Cargo Lux 612 Heavy. Airshare 99 Romeo, request frequency change. SkyWest 3953, request permission to cross runway 16 left. Contact Seattle approach on 133.65. Airshare 99 Romeo, request permission to cross runway 16 center. Alaska 1863, Wine 340 at 3, number 1, runway 16 right, cleared to land.
Seattle Tower, November 226 Delta Lima, inbound on the ILS runway 16 right.
Airshare 99 Romeo, contact Seattle ground on 121.7. Contacting Seattle ground on 121.7, Airshare 99 Romeo. Bravo Mike Alpha November, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. Crossing runway 16 left, Bravo Mike Alpha November. Speedbird 79 Super, frequency change approved, good day. Frequency change approved Speedbird 79 Super, good day. German Cargo 475, request frequency change. Airshare 99 Romeo, request permission to cross runway 16 center. Cargo left 612 heavy, wind 340 at 3, runway 16 center, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 16 center, cargo left 612 heavy. November 226 Delta Lima, wind 340 at 3, number 1, runway 16 right, cleared to land.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 16 right, November 226 Delta Lima.
Delta 81 East Victor Alpha, wind 340 at 3, number 1, runway 16 left, cleared to land. Number 1, cleared to land, runway 16 left, Delta 81 East Victor Alpha. Alaska 1863, request permission to cross runway 16 center.
Seattle Tower, Alaska 6 Victor Alpha, inbound on the ILS runway 16 left.
Bravo Mike Alpha November, line up and wait runway 16 center.
Seattle Tower, Delta 024 Victor Alpha, inbound on the ILS runway 16 right.
Crossing runway 16 left, Mike Alpha Alpha November uniform. Alaska 1863, cross runway 16 center, please expedite. Cargo Lux 612 heavy, frequency change approved. Seattle Tower, Alaska 738, ready for departure at runway 16 left, departing south. Delta 81 East Victor Alpha, exit runway when able and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. Wilco, Delta 81 East Victor Alpha.
November 226 Delta Lima, request permission to cross runway 16 center.
Seattle Tower, Singapore 27 heavy, ready for departure at runway 16 center, departing north. Seattle Tower, Eagle Flight 989, ready for departure in sequence at runway 16 left, departing straight out. Bravo Mike Alpha November, wind 340 at 3, runway 16 center, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 16 center, Bravo Mike Alpha November. Mike Alpha Alpha November uniform, line up and wait runway 16 center. Line up and wait runway 16 center, Mike Alpha Alpha November uniform. Delta 024 Victor Alpha, wind 340 at 3, number 1, runway 16 right, cleared to land. Number Alaska 738, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. Crossing runway 16 left, Alaska 738.
Seattle Tower, Air India 1 Heavy, ready for departure in sequence at runway 16 center, remaining in the pattern.
United 165 Super, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. November 226 Delta Lima, cross runway 16 center, please expedite. Crossing runway 16 left, United 165 Super.
Crossing runway 16 center, November 226 Delta Lima.
Bravo Mike Alpha November, frequency change approved, good day. Thank you, good day, Bravo Mike Alpha November. Alaska 6 Victor Alpha, exit runway when able and contact ground, please expedite.
November 226 Delta Lima, request permission to cross runway 16 left.
Mike Alpha Alpha November uniform, wind 340 at 3, runway 16 center, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 16 center, Mike Alpha Alpha November uniform. November 226 Delta Lima, cross runway 16 left, please expedite.
Crossing runway 16 left.
Alaska 738, line up and wait runway 16 center. Line up and wait runway 16 center, Alaska 738.
Seattle Tower, Delta 235 Alpha Kilo, inbound on the ILS runway 16 left.
Delta 024 Victor Alpha, exit runway when able and contact ground, please expedite. Alaska 738, wind 340 at 3. Cleared for takeoff, runway 16 center, Alaska 738. November 226 Delta Lima, contact Seattle ground on 121.7.
Contacting Seattle ground on 121.7, November 226 Delta Lima.
Seattle Tower, Emirates 1012 Heavy, inbound on the ILS runway 16 right. Delta 235 Alpha Kilo, wind 340 at 3, number 1, runway 16 left, cleared to land.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 16 left, Delta 235 Alpha Kilo.
Emirates 1012 Heavy, line 340 at 3, number 1, runway 16 right, cleared to land. Number 1, cleared to land, runway 16 right, Emirates 1012 Heavy. United 165 Super, line up and wait runway 16 center. Line up and wait runway 16 center, United 165 Super. Delta 024 Victor Alpha, you're in an active airspace, please contact Seattle Tower on 1190.9. Delta 024 Victor Alpha, cross runway 16 center, please expedite.
Crossing runway 16 center, Delta 024 Victor Alpha. Crossing runway 1,
Alaska 738, request frequency change.
Crossing runway 16 left, Delta 024 Victor Alpha.
Eagle Flight 989, cross runway 16 left, please expedite.
Seattle Tower, Type 501 Heavy, ready for departure at runway 16 center, departing straight out.
United 165 Super, line 340 at 3, runway 16 center, cleared for takeoff. Crossing runway 16 left, Eagle Flight 989. Cleared for takeoff, runway 16 center, United 165 Super. November 422 Whiskey November, contact Seattle approach on 133.65. Emirates 1012 Heavy, exit runway, Alaska 738, request frequency change. Alaska 738, frequency change approved, good day. United 1, frequency change approved Alaska 738, good day. Frequency change approved United 165 Super, good day. Roger, Singapore 319. Emirates 229 Heavy, radar contact, say approach request. Las Vegas approach, Alaska 738, with you at 25,200. Alaska 738, radar contact, say approach request. November 2 Juliet Hotel, turn right heading 090. Turn right heading 090, November 2 Juliet. Alaska 738 is 8 nautical miles northwest of Calvada Meadows at 23,500 feet, requesting visual approach runway 8 left at Harry Reid. Wilco, November 2 Juliet Hotel. Attention all aircraft, check digital ATIS. Alaska 7... Roger, Alaska 738. Airport in sight, November 2 Juliet Hotel. November 2 Juliet Hotel, cleared visual approach runway 19 right. Maintain current altitude until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 19 right, November 2 Juliet Hotel. November 2 Juliet Hotel, contact Harry Reid Tower on 128.8. Contacting Harry Reid. Southwest 277 Whiskey November, turn left heading 350. Thank you, November 2 Juliet Hotel. Southwest 277 Whiskey November, turn left heading 290, maintain 5,000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 26 left approach. Turn left heading 290, maintain 5,000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 26 left, Southwest 277 Whiskey November. Airport in sight, Alaska 738. Alaska 738, please check the user guide from the home screen for help using ATC. Alaska 738, disregard last message. Jet speed 7, radar contact, say approach request. Southwest 277 Whiskey November, contact Harry Reid Tower on 128.8. Contacting Harry Reid Tower on 128.8, Southwest 277 Whiskey November. November 2 Juliet Hotel is 2 nautical miles southwest of Harry Reid at 3,200 feet, requesting visual approach runway 19 right at Harry Reid.
Las Vegas approach, UPS 324 Heavy, with you at 16,700, descending via Blade to arrival.
Jet speed 7 is 15 nautical miles east of Baker at 20,000 feet, requesting ILS approach runway 26 left at Harry Reid. UPS 324 Heavy, radar contact, say approach request. Jet speed 7, continuous filed, expect the ILS approach runway 26 left at Harry Reid. November 2 Juliet Hotel, expect vectors for the visual approach runway 19 right at Harry Reid. Roger, November 2 Juliet Hotel. November 2 Juliet Hotel, turn right heading 010, maintain 4000. Turn right heading 010, maintain 4000, November 2 Juliet Hotel.
UPS 324 Heavy is 13 nautical miles east of Echo Bay at 15,500 feet, requesting GPS approach runway 19 right at Harry Reid.
Roger, jet speed 7. UPS 324 Heavy, continuous filed, expect the GPS approach runway 19 right at Harry Reid.
Roger, UPS 324 Heavy.
Moxie 731 is 10 nautical miles north of Tassie at 16,200 feet, requesting GPS approach runway 19 right at Harry Reid. Moxie 731, continuous filed, expect the visual approach runway 19 right at Harry Reid. Roger, Moxie 731. Korean Air 747 Alpha Alpha Heavy, do not exceed 200 knots. Do not exceed 200 knots. Korean Air 747 Alpha Alpha Heavy. Southwest 277 Whiskey November is 3 nautical miles west of Harry Reid at 3,700 feet, requesting visual approach runway 26 left at Harry Reid. November 2 Juliet Hotel. Alaska 738 is 7 nautical miles southwest of Harry Reid at 7,400 feet, requesting ILS approach any runway at Harry Reid. Roger, Alaska 738. Southwest 277 Whiskey November. Turn left heading 070. Alaska 738, you're in an active airspace. Alaska 738. Turn left heading 070, descend and maintain 6,000, Alaska 738. Airport in sight, November 2 Juliet Hotel. Southwest 277 Whiskey November, please follow instructions. November 2 Juliet Hotel, cleared visual approach runway 19 right. Maintain current altitude until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 19 right, November 2 Juliet Hotel. Korean Air 747 Alpha Alpha Heavy, report airport in sight. I'm sorry, Southwest 277 Whiskey November. November 1535 is 5 nautical miles west of Harry Reid at 5,900 feet, requesting visual approach any runway at Harry Reid. Alaska 738. Turn right heading 080, Alaska 738. Southwest 277 Whiskey November, descend and maintain 4,000. Korean Air 747 Alpha Alpha Heavy, contact Harry Reid Tower on 128.8. Descend and maintain 4,000, Southwest 277 Whiskey November. Contacting Harry Reid Tower on 128.8, Korean Air 747 Alpha Alpha Heavy. Moxie 731, turn right heading 250, descend and maintain 7,000. Turn right heading 250, descend and maintain 7,000, Moxie 731. Moxie 731, do not exceed 220 knots. Do not exceed 220 knots, Moxie 731. Southwest 277 Whiskey November. Alaska 738, descend and maintain 5,000, Alaska 738. Jet speed 7, turn right heading 050, descend and maintain 7,000. Turn right heading 050, descend and maintain 7,000, jet speed 7. November 1535, expect vectors for the visual approach runway 26 left at Harry Reid. Roger, November 1535. November 1535, turn left heading 070, descend and maintain 7,000. Turn left heading 070, descend and maintain 7,000, November 1535. Las Vegas approach, Tango Charlie Alpha Lima Foxtrot, with you at 4400. Tango Charlie Alpha Lima Foxtrot, radar contact. Tango Charlie Alpha Lima Foxtrot, say intentions. Southwest 277 Whiskey November, turn left heading 350. Southwest 277 Whiskey November, report airport in sight. Las Vegas approach, Delta 275, with you at 23,400, descending via Cocktail for arrival. Wilco, Southwest 277 Whiskey November. Delta 275, radar contact, say approach request. Delta 275 is 4 nautical miles east of Valley View at 22,200 feet, requesting ILS approach runway 26 left at Harry Reid. Moxie 731, descend and maintain 5,000. Descend and maintain 5,000, Moxie 731. UPS 324 Heavy, cleared GPS approach runway 19 right.
Maintain current altitude until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 19 right, UPS 324 Heavy.
UPS 324 Heavy, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final.
Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final, UPS 324 Heavy.
Southwest 277 Whiskey November. Increase speed to 220 knots, Alaska 738. Turn right heading 010, climb and maintain 5,000, November 2 Juliet Hotel. Southwest 277 Whiskey November, contact Harry Reid Tower on 128.8. November 2 Juliet Hotel, requesting climb to 4,000. Contacting Harry Reid Tower on 128.8, Southwest 277 Whiskey November. November 2 Juliet Hotel, climb and maintain 5,000. Climb and maintain 5,000, November 2 Juliet Hotel. UPS 324 Alaska 738, turn left heading 340, Alaska 738. Jet speed 7, descend and maintain 5,000. Descend and maintain 5,000, jet speed 7. Jet speed 7, reduce speed. Alaska 738, reduce speed to 20, reduce speed to 200 knots, Alaska 738. Moxie 705, radar contact, say approach request. Turn right heading 080, descend and maintain 5,000, November 1535. Alaska 7, turn left heading 290, maintain 5,000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 26 left, Alaska 738. Jet speed 7, turn left heading 330. Moxie 705, correction, stand by. November 1535, do not exceed 200 knots. Turn left heading 330, jet speed 7. Do not exceed 200 knots, November 1535. Moxie 705, continue as filed, expect the visual approach runway 19 right at Harry Reid. Roger, Moxie 705. Alaska 738, turn left heading 230, descend and maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway. Turn left heading 230, descend and maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 26 left, Alaska 738. Moxie 731, turn left heading 190. Turn left heading 190, Moxie 731. Moxie 731, report airport in sight. Wilco, Moxie 731. Tango Charlie Alpha Lima Foxtrot is 3 nautical miles west of North Ross at 10,700 feet, requesting GPS approach any runway at Harry Reid. Jet speed 7, turn left heading 290, maintain 5,000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 26 left approach. Turn left heading 290, maintain 5,000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 26 left, jet speed 7. Airport in sight, Moxie 731. Moxie 731, cleared visual approach runway 19 right. Maintain current altitude until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 19 right, Moxie 73. Airport in sight, Alaska 738. Alaska 738, disregard last message.
$2,500.
November 1535, turn left heading 340. Tango Charlie Alpha Lima Foxtrot, requesting to divert to Harry Reid. Turn left heading 340, November 1535. November 2 Juliet Hotel, turn right heading 140. Turn right heading 140, November 2 Juliet Hotel. Moxie 731, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. Maintain 180. Alaska 738, request frequency change. November 1535, turn left heading 260. Jet speed 7, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final, jet speed 7. Turn left heading 260, November 1535. November 1535, reduce speed to 180 knots. Executing missed approach. Alaska 738, please follow instructions. Wilco, November 1535. Alaska 738, requesting to divert to Harry Reid. Delta 27, Alaska 738. Executing missed approach, turn left heading 110, climb and maintain 5,000, Alaska 738. Moxie 731, contact Harry Reid Tower on 128.8. Descend and maintain 7000, Delta 275. Airport in sight, November 1535. November 2 Juliet Hotel, report airport in sight. Contacting Harry Reid Tower on 128.8, Moxie 731. November 1535. Alaska 738, turn left heading 080, climb and maintain 5000, Alaska 738. November 2 Juliet Hotel, contact Harry Reid Tower on 128.8. Contacting Harry Reid Tower on 128.8, November 2 Juliet Hotel. Thank you, November 2 Juliet Hotel. Delta 275, turn left heading 080, descend and maintain 6000. Turn left heading 080, descend and maintain 6000, Delta 275. Tango Charlie Alpha Lima Foxtrot is 3 nautical miles north of Nellis Air Force at 10,100 feet, requesting visual approach anywhere. Alaska 738. Roger, Alaska 738. Tango Charlie Alpha Lima Foxtrot, requested airport is outside of coverage area. Alaska 738, turn left heading 350, descend and maintain 4000, Alaska 738. Contacting Nellis Air Force traffic on 122.8, Tango Charlie Alpha Lima Foxtrot. Alaska 738, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final, Alaska 738.
125.
Delta 275, descend and maintain 5000. Alaska 738, contact Harry Reid Tower on 128.8. Contacting Harry Reid Tower on 128.8, Alaska 738. Delta Harry Reid Tower, Alaska 738, inbound on the visual runway 19 left with information Foxtrot. Alaska 738, wind 160 at 14 gusting 2. Number 3, cleared to land, runway 26 left, Alaska 738. Going around, jet speed 7. Jet speed 7, roger, fly runway heading runway 26 left. Roger, jet speed 7. Jet speed 7, contact Las Vegas approach on 125.6. Contacting Las Vegas approach on 125.6, jet speed 7. Air France 2305 Heavy, contact Las Vegas departure on 125.9er. Contacting Las Vegas departure on 125.9er, Air France 2305 Heavy. Harry Reid Tower, Hammer 5802 Heavy, ready for departure in sequence at runway 19 left,
1000.
departing south. Hammer 5802 Heavy, row number 3 for departure. Roger, Hammer 5802 Heavy. Harry Reid Tower, Delta 1776, ready for departure at runway 26 right, remaining in the pattern. Alaska 614, your number 2 for departure. Roger, Alaska 614. Delta 1776, wind 160 at 18 gusting 25, runway 26 right, cleared for takeoff. November 2 Juliet Hotel, when able turn right, contact ground on the taxiway. Wilco, November 2 Juliet Hotel. Cleared for takeoff, runway 26 right, Delta 1776. November 1535, when able turn right, hold short runway 26 right. Alaska 738, is on final runway 26 left.
Line up and wait runway 26 right.
Alaska 738, roger.
1000.
Delta 275, wind 160 at 13 gusting 25, number 3, runway 26 left, cleared to land. Number 3, cleared to land, runway 26 left, Delta 275. Alaska 614, wind 160 at 14 gusting 25, runway 19 left, cleared for immediate takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 19 left, Alaska 614. Delta 1776, contact Las Vegas departure on 125.9er. Contacting Las Vegas departure on 125.9er, Delta 1776. Alaska 614, contact Las Vegas departure on 125.9er.
50.
Harry Reid Tower, Moxie 705, inbound on the visual runway 19 right.
30.
Contacting Las Vegas
Yeah.
departure on 125.9er, Alaska 614. Moxie 705, wind 160 at 23 gusting 25, number 1, runway 19 right, cleared to land. November 173 Oscar India, wind 160 at 21 gusting 25, runway 26 right, cleared for takeoff. Number 1, cleared to land, runway 19 right, Moxie 705. Hammer 5802 heavy, line up and wait runway 26 right.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 26 right, November 173 Oscar India.
Line up and wait runway 26 right, Hammer 5802 heavy.
Harry Reid Tower, Virgin 268, ready for departure at runway 26 right, departing east.
Virgin United 121 Uniform Alpha, pushback approved. Thank you, November 2 Juliet. Alaska 738, request permission to cross runway 26 right. Pushback approved, United 121 Uniform Alpha. Alaska 738, hold short of runway 26 right, Alaska 738.
Harry Reid ground, Delta 804, ready for pushback with information vault, requesting runway 19 left. Harry Reid ground, Delta 804, ready for pushback with information vault, requesting runway 19 left.
Harry Reid ground, Delta 1256, ready for pushback with information golf, requesting runway 26 right. Harry Reid ground, United 24 Heavy, ready for pushback with information golf, requesting runway 26 right.
Delta 1256, pushback approved. United 24 Heavy, pushback approved.
Pushback approved, Delta 1256.
Delta 804, pushback approved.
Pushback approved, United 24 Heavy.
Harry Reid ground, United 121 Uniform Alpha, ready to taxi to runway 19 left with information Foxtrot. United 121 Uniform Alpha, runway 19 left, taxi via Golf 1, Delta, contact tower when ready.
Pushback approved, Delta 804.
Taxiing to runway 19 left via Golf 1, Delta, United 121 Uniform Alpha. American 1816, request frequency change. Harry Reid ground, Speedbird 222, Alaska 738, cross runway 26 right. Crossing run, Alaska 738, turn right next taxi. Right on the next taxiway, Alaska 738. American 1816, contact Harry Reid Tower on 128.8. Harry Reid ground, Alaska 738, request taxi to parking. Delta 1256, runway 26 right, taxi via Charlie 3, Charlie, Bravo, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 26 right via Charlie 3, Charlie, Bravo, Delta 1.
Alaska 738, taxiing to Terminal 3 Gate E04 via Charlie 4, Charlie, Alaska 738.
Harry Reid ground, United 24 Heavy, ready to taxi to runway 26 right with information golf.
United 24 Heavy, runway 26 right, taxi via Charlie, Bravo, contact tower when ready. Delta 1256, give way to aircraft ahead.
Taxiing to runway 26 right via Charlie, Bravo, United 24 Heavy. Give way to aircraft, Delta 1256.
Thank you, good day, UPS 324 Heavy.
United 24 Heavy, give way to aircraft on your left.
Give way to aircraft, United 24 Heavy.
Harry Reid ground, Speedbird 222, ready for pushback with information golf. Speedbird 222, pushback approved. Pushback approved, Speedbird 222. Harry Reid ground, Delta 1008, ready for pushback.
Harry Reid ground, Tam 53 Juliet Hotel Heavy, ready for pushback.
Tam 53 Juliet Hotel Heavy, pushback approved. Delta 1008, pushback approved. Pushback approved, Delta 1008. Thank you. Good day, Alaska 738. Harry Reid ground, November 2 Juliet Hotel, ready to taxi to runway 19 left with information Delta. November 2 Juliet Hotel, taxi to runway 19 right, contact tower when ready. Taxi to runway 19 right, November 2 Juliet Hotel. Harry Reid ground, Speedbird 222, ready to taxi to runway 26 right with information Golf. Speedbird 222, runway 26 right, taxi via Charlie 2, Charlie, Bravo, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 26 right via Charlie 2, Charlie, Bravo, Speedbird 222. Harry Reid ground, Delta 1008, ready to taxi. Delta 1008, runway 26 right, taxi via Charlie, Bravo, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 26 right via Charlie, Bravo, Delta 1008. Harry Reid ground, Delta Lima. Pushback approved, Delta 420 Heavy. Crossing runway 16 left, United 165 Super. Number 1, cleared to land, runway 16 right, Emirates 1012 Heavy. Roger, Singapore 319.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 16 right, Delta 024 Victor Alpha.
November 226 Delta Lima, contact Seattle ground on 121.7. Delta 024 Victor Alpha, we're in an active airspace, please contact Seattle Tower on 119.9. Delta 024 Victor Alpha, cross runway 16 center, please expedite.
Crossing runway 16 center, Delta 024 Victor Alpha.
Thai 501 Heavy, cross runway 16 left, please expedite. November 226 Delta Lima, contact Seattle ground on 121.7.
Contacting Seattle ground on 121.7, November 226 Delta Lima.
Seattle Tower, Emirates 1012 Heavy, inbound on the ILS runway 16 right. Delta 235 Alpha Kilo, wind 340 at 3, number 1, runway 16 left, cleared to land.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 16 left, Delta 235 Alpha Kilo.
Emirates 1012 Heavy, wind 340 at 3, number 1, runway 16 right, cleared to land. Line up and wait runway 16 center, United 165 Super. Number 1.